It all depends on the approach to trading. Then making money is absolutely possible. The main mistakes as are related to national trading, there are no 100% profitable trades. For traders, it's really possible to earn money, but it requires perseverance of practice and learning. With experience, intuition can come over time. You will end up losing quite a bit of money. You click, so you finally made a deal.
Why do you visit markets like this?
Well, technology is developing very quickly these days, and the crypto market isn't standing still. And I, as a trader, have to keep track of all the trends, all the movements and changes in the markets. Otherwise, it will just lead to losing money, that's all.
Anton, is it possible for a newcomer to profit in crypto?
Absolutely. It all depends on the person's approach. Trading, if you see this as a casino, as a way to make quick money, then you're probably going to lose money. But if you, as a trader, closely follow the trends, learn, which is important, and practice, then making money is absolutely realistic. Usually people allow for that. Here you can't just count it on your fingers, but the main mistakes are emotional trading. So when they see the market rising, everyone suddenly jumps on the bandwagon. And often this leads to the fact that they jump on the last train, the market turns around and they lose money. And just like that in a bear market, when there are sell-offs, they emotionally see that they can make money from selling and enter the market too late. This is also a direct path to losses. This is also there. It's a direct path to losses. So you need to control your emotions and show professionalism in everything.
Anton, how much of psychology is involved in trading?
The psychological aspect is 80% of success. If you keep an eye on your emotions and know how to control them, then a success awaits you. Because many traders lose precisely because they believe that the market is exclusively about charts and numbers. No, it's the emotional component that always needs to be taken into account in your strategy, in your trading.
How can you tell if a project is promising and not just a hype?
In my opinion, you can even draw a parallel with scams when there are clear signs. When you're convinced that the project will give you mega millions of expos and you will become fabulously rich, you will buy yachts, and so on and so forth. The main thing is that the project is backed by real technologies and real developers and specialists, and then this project can be considered legitimate. Otherwise, don't fall for it.
What to do if the trade isn't going well?
A losing trade is a normal state for a trader, let's say, because there are no such things as 100% profitable trades. The main thing is that build risk correctly. Management. If you have insured your trade with a stop loss of a certain loss that you can afford, then you're doing everything right. Otherwise, if you give in to emotions and you start rushing in different directions, opening, closing, then reopening again, it will be nonsense. So you will definitely lose.
Anton, what do you say to those who consider crypto a bubble?
I think there is some parallel here with bubble.com in the past. When at first everyone believed in this technology, and then many companies went bankrupt and the markets crashed. But still the technology itself survived, and now we all use the internet. You can draw a parallel with Forex as well, because due to some unsuccessful trades and so on, it has become like that for many. Well, it's also something related to a scam? No, absolutely not. The same goes for crypto. This has its own, so to speak, right to life, and this is a developing trend now. Of course, the scam projects and the one-off, so to speak, the flash-in-the-pan ones will be filtered out. But the most fundamental and important thing, again, is that, for example, Bitcoin and Ethereum have been around for many years.
Anton, is trading a lottery?
Not at all. If you see it as a way to make quick money, like you place a bet and either win or lose, then of course for you it's a lottery. But for traders who approach this professionally, who learn, they earn money.
And then it becomes a profession in the journey of life.
But these are two completely different concepts. Technical analysis is a tool for predicting market behavior, and a strategy is basically your action plan. And no technical analysis, no matter how you see those charts or build them, indicators without a clear vision of the prospects and your action plan. Technical analysis is completely useless.
Could you give one piece of advice that would help save money for a newcomer?
Well, first of all, that's the most important point. Before entering a trade, you need to clearly understand the moment when you will exit that trade. If it goes into the red without proper risk management, it's a one-way street.
Why do many people lose money in crypto?
Well, unfortunately, here statistics are of no use to the trader at all, but due to what many consider it as a way of fast and, most importantly, easy earnings. And they don't take into account the fact that to be a trader, a real trader who actually makes money, you need patience and practice and education.
Anton, is trading and investing the same thing?
No, they are absolutely different things. Although they do have something in common, which is that we invest money. But investments are when a whole portfolio of investment products is purchased and compiled, and trading, it's more geared towards shorter term trades within the market.
Can you start trading with $50?
You can start with absolutely any amount. Basically, it doesn't matter. It only affects, so to speak, the scale and size of potential earnings or losses. Learn stable to earn and achieve stable capital growth, whether it's with $50, $100, or $100,000. That's the main goal.
Anton, how do you determine when to take profits?
A professional trader. Before opening a position, he already knows his goal, meaning the levels and the amount of profit he expects to make. Otherwise, there's really no point in even starting to work. Naturally, there are situations in the market when you feel that a reversal in the other direction is possible, and that's when you can exit early, but there should always be a clear plan.
Anton, is it true that successful traders work on intuition?
Well, I would add the word successful. Experience, because only with experience over time can intuition come. So when you look at charts over a certain period of time, you see different situations that of course repeat. There's hardly anything new here. You can always see it, but nevertheless, over time, intuition develops, and then a trader can rely on both that and technical analysis, as well as fundamental analysis.
Can you learn trading on your own?
Of course you can, but it will be a long and expensive process. It's expensive because while you're learning something and gaining experience, you'll end up losing quite a bit of money, let's say. So, it makes sense to follow the advice and opinions of other more experienced and successful traders.
What's the difference between a trader and an investor?
Well, I would say an investor thinks in years, while a trader thinks in days or even minutes, because a trader is focused on more short-term trades. A trader, of course, aims for short-term deals, while an investor expects to make a profit in the long term. When buying a certain portfolio tools.
Anton, what are the most dangerous myths about trading?
It's dangerous to think first and foremost that you just clicked on an order and that's it, you've made money. It is also dangerous to think that what a failure, unsatisfactory. Unsuccessful trades are just some temporary related issues, more like it was a matter of luck or no luck. And the third thing is that you just need to make at least a couple more trades, especially successful ones. And then you already, finally, as they say.
How can you tell if a cryptocurrency is promising?
Well, here we go again, classically. If you're being convinced that this cryptocurrency will bring you a ton of gains, that's a red flag. Well, but this is most likely a scam because, again, behind every cryptocurrency there must be real developers, a real project, and a number of investments.
Anton, what is the most important skill in trading?
But I would probably say, what is this skill of making money? In my opinion, it is more likely that you have the ability to lose, because with proper risk management, you can minimize your losses and that will allow you to trade successfully.